like a lot of this work, right? Say, yeah. There's different domains. I could teach you something in a physical domain, something that you can already relate to, and you simply learn that. Maybe you learn it better or not, but it's something you already relate to. And then maybe recognize something you didn't recognize before. Like when I said, I teach somebody, I taught people in the beginning when I was my young 20s. I would teach somebody something and then they wouldn't do it. And I thought, okay, they don't want to do it. They want to do something else. All right. See, and it took me quite a while to realize that they thought they were doing it. I thought they simply decided not to do it because I could see they weren't doing it. See, just like your mother could see, they weren't doing it. Oh, okay, right. See, and then that was started my teaching career. Like, oh, really? You think you are doing it? Wow. So there's something. There's a failure to communicate here. It's like something's not happening. You see. See now, but still, this is all doable domain. Now there's lots of stuff. It's whole domains like what we're talking about now, and many things we could talk about. See that you will not get it until you create it. And the challenge is you have to create exactly what it is I'm communicating for you to create. And you won't get the communication unless you create it. You see the kind of double bind there? See? That you have to create, and you have to create exactly what it is I'm communicating, so to speak. Okay, but you have to create it, as if out from nothing. See, just like the infant. People talking at it all day. It doesn't make any difference. And then what's also true is that the infant creates language long before it can talk. See, because that's like it doesn't create language and go, hey, could you pass me the bottle over there? I'm hungry. It's like that's not of course, right? See, the baby can't talk. See, but after the baby creates language, it starts making sounds relative to that attempt. And then at some point, it'll get one. You're like, dada or something. You see, and you go, oh look, is that dada? Usually, dada is the first word because the mother's always talking about dad. This is your daddy. This is your dad. See, and the daddy's rarely talking about the mother. This is your mother. See, because the mother's usually the one primary like that. See, so the first word is dada. It just turns out, because that. See, but they have language long before they'll do that. Long before they'll say their first word. What was recognized by us as their first word. Who knows? They might have had something on that in that gugalka. It just didn't that work? Or some such. You see, but they're creating the world. It doesn't work right away. And then they got to master the words, and they got to learn all the words. So it takes a long time. Well, for them, not so long. It's a couple years, they've got tons of it down.
It's like you're reusing language. It's like language is the possibility to refer to something with a symbol or something that's not.
Well, it certainly is. Yes, when you have something, see, and not just a symbol, see, but you have something that means something else. That actually refers to another distinction. So you have a distinction, a sound, a character, whatever, a feeling. See? That's what that is. And that sound, character, or feeling is not experienced as a sound, a character, or a feeling. It's experienced as a distinction that it is not. Everything coming out of my mouth, for example, right now. See? So you experience it as something that you're listening to. You understand what I'm saying, but the sound is irrelevant. You understand? So you're not hearing the sound, you're hearing what I'm saying. I hope, because I'm speaking to you. Yeah, see, so that, of course, is language, right? See? Yeah. But see, be able to create that, to make the leap, that a sound is not a sound. See? That a shape is not a shape. We usually do it with sound first, but you know, people who can't hear aren't. They're going to do it with sensation first. Or you know, blind, they're going to do it with sensation too. Obviously. People can't hear, but they can see. They might do it with shapes or something. Sign language, braille. But anyway, yeah. See, but to make that leap, see, and the reason in this exercise, for example, and in the workshop, we want to bust your chops for a while with it, is one, get you thinking about it, and forcing you into a corner, something you can't solve just with your normal thinking, you see, and, you know, get you to a place where you can start working on something new. Like you create in a domain that you don't know, and then, you know, invite you to know it, start to consider. Now, one of the problems there, see, when I'm sharing, I say you have to create it, otherwise it doesn't occur. See, like even all this understanding, if you don't create it, it doesn't occur. You know, even though it's relatively simple. But like nature of language, you don't create it, it doesn't occur. See, if you don't grasp what language is, you don't grasp what language is. I could tell you about it all day long. It's not going to make any difference until you create what language is. And it's going to be what I'm communicating that language is. See? Because it's what language is. You understand? That's how come we do the same thing. You see? But when we have something, you already created language. You already created a wheel. See? You already created, you know, math, whatever, see? When you've got it, it's easy now. See? What's hard is grasping how it came to pass, because you just take it for granted. Well, of course, you just make this, that, yeah, see? You just say words, see, it's easy. Aha. But anything you have not created is not so easy. See, take an enlightenment experience you haven't had. See, it is not so easy. You have it, it's easy. Right? See, it's easy. And then you can take it for granted. You got to have it first, right? Before you can take it for granted. You know, any world that you've already created, it's easy. But anything you have not is not. You see? You are at a loss. You do not see it. You don't grasp it. It doesn't exist for you. See? And that's the challenge. That's why I keep introducing you this, that, and the other thing, you see? And some of it, okay, a lot of it, you've probably never even thought about, let alone confronted, you see? And then, you know, you hear about it, you look into it, you might be, you grasp this or you grasp the other thing. But if you don't grasp it in your experience, for example, you're not going to grasp it. And then there are some things you can grasp in your experience, and then some things you can't grasp in your experience because it's not there. It's not in your experience. It creates your experience. And so in the domain we talk about creating your experience, this is different. This is harder. This is like, whoa, it's a leap.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider joining a workshop. They're more powerful than you think.